Good morning, children. In today's session, I am going to take class of 7th standard. That is Unit 1 Light. In the previous class itself, we have started this lesson, children. So, what and all we saw about the natural sources, artificial source, and about the pinhole camera, then different rays, that is incident ray, reflected ray, point of incidence, normal, angle of incidence, angle of reflection, and we saw about the laws of reflection also, and then transparent, translucent, and opaque material, right? Now we are going to continue with shadows, which is in the page number 10, okay? Now we are going to see the shadows. Shadow means, niral and solroliya. So, how we have all seen the shadows. Nama niralaye nama paathirkom, mattavangala nirala paathirkom, nariya things oda shadows paathirkom illaya. Light travels in a straight line, already I said. Hence, it cannot go around such object. That is why we see shadow. Sila objects vandu light pogadu. Andha objects da shadow nu solrom. Sariya? Shadow is always against opposite side of light source. Now, its light means opposite side da shadow irukum. For example, neenga night la nadandu poitreenga, you are walking. Wall is there. So, when you are walking, what happens? Adoda shadow enga viludhu wall la illaya. So you are walking and the light vandu unga mela viludhu, anga shadow will be in the opposite direction, that is your shadow comes on the wall. So the wall la ungala shadow theriyudhu illaya. So your shadow is in the opposite side of your light. Then it is caused by opaque objects that stop light from propagating. Propagating means increasing, okay? That is, it's caused by the opaque objects only, not the transparent nor the translucent. Only by the opaque objects only the shadow will be formed, and it stops the light from increasing. Propagating means increasing. Next, we are going to see the parts of a shadow. When an opaque object is placed in the path of a light, a dark shadow will appear on the screen. So, how you will see the shadow? A dark, okay, shadow will be dark, right? So, it will be dark, will appear on the screen. This shadow is called as umbra. A dark shadow will appear on the screen, that is called as the umbra. Okay, what is that word? Umbra. Then, when an opaque object is placed in the path of light coming from a broad source of light, a small umbra will appear on the screen, and that illuminated, that is bright light shadow appears around the umbra. Okay, bright shadow appears on that comes on the sides of the umbra, and thus that area is called as a penumbra. Okay, that is called as a penumbra. What is that? Small shadow. Okay, light shadow. Light shadow. Dark shadow is umbra, and the light shadow is a penumbra. So the umbra is a dark part of the shadow, and the lighter shade is a penumbra. Okay, shadows there under one is umbra, which is a dark, and the lighter one is a penumbra. Okay, now we'll see the properties of the shadow. All objects do not form shadows. All objects may shadow form pannonu kadiyadu. Sariya? Only the opaque objects form the shadows. What happens? Only the opaque objects form the shadows. Then shadows will be formed in the opposite side of the light source. In the light source opposite la da enna form agum? Shadow will be formed. Then it cannot be determined by the characteristics of an object by its shadow. So it cannot be determined by the characteristics. Then the shadow will be always darker. Whatever may be the color of the light is, whatever may be the color, the shadow will only be dark. Prida, the shadow will be always darker, whether it is any color of the light rays forms on the opposite direction. Then light source, opaque object or shadow, all are in a straight line. So light source, opaque objects, both comes in a straight line. Then the size of the shadow depends on the distance between the light and the object. Okay, if it is nearer, it will be small. If you go distance, your shadow will become big. So neengla adu try panni paakalam. Okay, so when you go nearer, your shadow becomes short. When you go far, your shadow becomes big. Okay, and the distance between the object and the screen. Now, next eclipse, don't want children, it's omitted. Next we go to page number 13. Plane, mirror and reflection. Plane, mirror. நம்ம கண்ணாடி பார்க்குறோம் இல்லையா, அதுதான் plain mirror. அதில் வர reflection. Okay? A polished or smooth surface, that is the glass. இந்த கண்ணாடி இருக்கு இல்லையா, this is a smooth surface. அதை நம்ம தொடும்போது when we touch it, how it looks, it is a smooth இல்லையா, which forms the image by reflection is known as mirror. A plain mirror is a mirror with a flat reflective surface. இப்போ mirrorனா இப்படி தான் இருக்குது இல்லையா, it's a flat reflective surface. A plain mirror makes an image of objects in front of it. அதாவது முன்னாடி என்ன இருக்கோ அதை அப்படியே ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் பண்ணும் இல்லையா. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், if I am standing in front of the mirror, என்னோட ஃபேஸ் அதில் தெரியும், நீங்கள் நின்னீங்கன்னா உங்களோட ஃபேஸ் தெரியும் இல்லையா. ஸோ a plain mirror is with a flat reflective surface. Plain mirror makes an image of objects in front of it. எந்த ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்டோட இமேஜ் இருந்தாலும் அதில் ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகும் சரியா. That is a mirror. Then take page number 16 children. Color of sunlight. Light is a form of energy in the form of a wave that stimulates that retina of our eyes. நம்ம ஐல ரெட்டினா இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது எப்படி நமக்கு ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ணுது, அந்த colors of the sunlight. Visible light is a spectrum. Spectrum means what I said, distribution of the number of waves with different wavelengths, that is from 400 nanometer, N means nanometer, to 700 nanometer. So now we will see the band of visible light, that is VIBGYOR. These are the band of visible lights. What is VIBGYOR? V violet, I indigo, B blue, G green, Y yellow, O orange and R red. அது எல்லாமே first letters எடுத்து தான் VIBGYOR ன்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. How will you pronounce it? VIBGYOR. Okay? So V, we have given here itself in the book. V violet, I indigo, B blue, G green, Y yellow, O orange, R red. Okay? Now violet color has short wavelength, red color has longer wavelength. புரியுதா, V start ஆகுது இல்லையா, shorter wavelength, எங்கே முடியுது லாஸ்ட்ல, red has a longer wavelength. Then when light ray strikes the retina of our eye, and the light rays நம்ம retina of eyeல படும்போது our brain perceives a specific color. அதாவது அது என்ன கலர்னு நம்ம பிரெயினுக்கு போய் சேருது. சேம் வே when all colors of the visible light strikes the retina of the eye at the same time our brain perceives white. அதாவது எல்லா கலர்ஸுமே சேர்ந்து நம்ம ரெட்டினா மேலே படும்போது பிரெயினில் என்ன போய் சேருது, as a white color. Okay, so if one light means same will perceive in the brain. இதை எல்லா கலர்ஸும் மிக்ஸ் ஆகி நமக்கு வரும்போது it comes to the retina of the eye. இந்த பிரெயினுக்கு போய் என்ன பர்சீவ் ஆகுது, it is a white color. So when all the color mixes, it forms a white color. This shows white is not a color at all. Okay, white is not a color, but it is a combination of all the colors of the visible light spectrum. Visible light distributed, that is all the colors mixed only forms a white color, and white is not a color. Okay, when all the colors mixes, it forms a white. Then if all the wavelength of visible light spectrum gives appearance of white, we observe that all the wavelength of the visible light will be lead to appearance of black. அது ஃபுல்லாக நமக்கு ஒயிட் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது, கொஞ்சம் நேரத்துக்கு அப்புறம் நமக்கு அப்படியே பிளாக்காக தெரியும். இட்ஸ் இஸ் appearance of black. Now next is prism. This is a prism. அப்படியே கிளாஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கும், just triangle shape, you can see here. Okay, this is a prism. Okay, light forms, light travels and it comes out in different colors. Okay, now prism is an object made up of a transparent material. Transparent இருக்கும் இது, புரியுதா? And then like glass or plastic that at least have two flat surfaces from an acute angle, that is less than 90 degrees. Okay, now see, when white light is passed through a prism, now white light is passed. White light is passed through a prism. What happens? the color of the rainbow emerges from the prism. Emerges means comes out. All the rainbow colors, okay, VIBGYOR. All the rainbow colors comes out of the prism or the emerges from. So white light is shown in that is passed through a prism, and when it emerges out or comes out, it forms a different colors, that is VIBGYOR colors, rainbow colors. Okay. Next we are going to see the Newton disk. Newton disk. Okay. Now Newton suggested a process of mixing the different colors to make white color by setting an arrangement as shown figure below. See the picture there. It's a stand. You have all different colors. Okay. You have red, blue, green, yellow, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, like that. So many colors. So if you see in the picture, you can see many colors mixed. Okay. Newton disc is a cardboard disc. It's made up of a cardboard. This is made of cardboard. Okay. Cardboard disc with 7 equal sectors colored. What are the 7 colors? Red, yellow, orange, green, blue, indigo and violet. These colors. Okay. When the disc turned quickly, turned in a சுத்தும்போது அந்த cardboard என்ன பண்றோம் சுத்துறோம், that is turning the cardboard. What happens? The retina receives the sensation of the spectrum, that is distribution of the colors simultaneously in the same time. Okay, the spectrum, that is distribution of colors at the same time, and the disc appears white. அது நல்லா ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக அது சுற்றும்போது என்ன ஆகுது, அந்த கலர்ஸ்னால் நம்ம ரெட்டினா மேலே விழுந்து அந்த ஐயில் அது ஃபுல்லாக கலர்ஸ் என்னவா மாறுது, ஆஸ் அ ஒயிட் கலர். அது ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக சுற்றும்போது அது என்னவா மாறும், ஆஸ் அ ஒயிட் கலர். நமக்கு எப்படி தெரியும் அது ஆஸ் அ ஒயிட். And one can explain white is a combination of VIBGYOR. Okay, புரியுதா? So all these colors forms a white color. So once again I'll say, Newton suggested a process of mixing the different colors to make the white color. So Newton disc is a what disc I said? Only it is made up of cardboard only. Okay, cardboard disc with 7 colors, all the VIBGYOR colors. Okay, and when the disc is turned na sonna suttino, puriyudha, turned quickly, what happens? The retina of the eye receives the sensation of these colors simultaneously or at the same time, and when it turns quickly, what happens? These all the colors mixed and it to form a white color. Okay, and using this disc, and you can say that all these colors, white is a combination of VIBGYOR. Okay, that is rainbow colors. Then next is, we know that white shirt will reflect, not that one. Next we'll go to the synthesis of color. Now synthesis of color is the method of creating the colors. Synthesis of color. அதாவது red plus one more color, ரெண்டுமே சேர்த்து ஒரு color, அந்த மாதிரி. சரியா? Now synthesis of color is a method of creating color by mixing various, that is 2 or 3 colors of light. That is, these distinct colors are red, green and blue. Red, green and blue. These are the primary colors. These are the primary colors. Now magenta, cyan and yellow. Cyan means greenish blue. Magenta, cyan and yellow. These are the secondary colors. These are the secondary colors. Okay, children, what did I say? Primary colors is red, green and blue. Then secondary means magenta, cyan and yellow. Now if you take one red, okay, one red plus one blue, you get magenta, that is secondary. 2 primary colors makes a 1 secondary colors. Next, 1 blue plus 1 green, you get cyan. Cyan means what I said? Greenish blue. This green and blue, if you combine, you get greenish blue, or we can say number as a cyan. Okay, next is 1 green plus 1 red gives you yellow. Okay, this is, okay. So this is primary colors and this is secondary color. So all when you combine this primary colors, you get the secondary. That is 1 red plus 1 blue gives you magenta. Then 1 blue plus 1 green gives cyan. Cyan means what I said? Greenish blue. And 1 green plus 1 red gives you yellow. So 2 primary colors combining gives you the secondary colors. Okay, next. Equal proportion of all the 3 colors create white. Thus all the 3 colors gives you white. Okay, so all the combination of this red, green and blue gives you the what color? White color. Okay. Then if you take see page number 17, see do you know? Okay, why danger lights in vehicles are red in color? That is, red color is scattered the least by air molecules. Red color has the highest wavelength. That is, I said in VIBGYOR itself, V is a shorter wavelength and red is a longer wavelength. So red has the highest wavelength of all the colors. So red color is able to travel the longest distance through air or fog. Okay, எந்த ஒரு air இருக்கட்டும், fog இருக்கட்டும், அந்த red color வந்து long distance வரைக்கும் கூட தெரியும். So this danger lights you can see in the vehicles as red in color. Now page number 16 you take, children. Do you know, okay, about the ambulance? Why is the word ambulance written backwards in ambulance vehicle? நீங்கள் ஆம்புலன்ஸை பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. அதில் வந்து ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வந்து ஆப்போசிட்டாக தான் எழுதியிருக்கும், பேக்வேர்டில் எழுதியிருப்பாங்க இல்லையா? ஃப்ரண்ட்டில் பார்க்கும்போது நம்ம கிளியர் ஆம்புலன்ஸ்னு தெரியாது, பட் இட் வில் பி ரிட்டன் பேக்வேர்ட் இல்லையா? திஸ் இஸ் டியூ டு த லேட்ரல் இன்வர்ஷன். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ நவ் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் இன் பைக் ஆர் இன் கார், சைடில் 2 என்ன இருக்கும்? மிரர்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ நம்ம போகும்போது அந்த மிரர்ஸில் வந்து எப்போவுமே வந்து ஆப்போசிட் இது வந்து நமக்கு தெரியாது இல்லையா? இப்போது லெஃப்ட்னா ரைட்டுனா லெஃப்ட், அப்படி தான் நம்ம மிரர்ஸில் நமக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ அவங்க பேக்வேர்டில் எழுதிருக்கிறதுனால நமக்கு வந்து அது நம்ம மிரரில் எப்படி தெரியும்? ஃப்ரண்ட் வேர்டாக தெரியும், ஃப்ரண்ட் ஆம்புலன்ஸ்னு கிளியராக தெரியும் இல்லையா? ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் டியூ டு த லேட்ரல் இன்வர்ஷன் and the phenomenon due to which the left side of an object appears to the right side of the object in its image. புரியுதா? லெஃப்ட் சைடோட இமேஜ் ரைட் சைடில் தெரியும், ரைட் சைடு வந்து லெஃப்ட் சைடு, அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ தட் drivers see the word the right way around in the rear view mirror. rear view mirror அந்த சைடில் இருக்கு இல்லையா? ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு வந்து டிரைவர்ஸ்க்கு கரெக்டாக அந்த இது தெரியறதுக்காக அந்த ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வந்து பேக்வேர்டில் எழுதியிருக்காங்க. ஓகே, தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் see your children, page number 17. மேலே difference between the images formed in the pinhole camera and the plane mirror. So if you say the images formed in the pinhole camera, the image is real. So in the previous class I took about the pinhole camera. So on the real and the image on the tree பார்க்கும்போது the image is real. While in the plane mirror the image is virtual. Okay, then image may not be equal to the size of the object. The image is equal to the size of the object in the plane mirror. Plane mirror la paakumbodhu adu equal ah irukku, while pinhole camera la paakumbodhu it's not equal to the adu munnadi paakradhukku ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கும், அந்த pinhole camera la paakradhukku different ah இருக்கும். Then pinhole camera the image is inverted. Image na thalakizhan solrom illaya, so the image is inverted. Then here in the plane mirror the image is erect. Erect means straight. புரியுதா? இப்போ நம்ம ட்ரீ சாதாரணமாக பார்க்கும்போது ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாக இருக்குது இல்லையா? அதே வந்து pinhole camera when we are seeing in that I have drawn in the board also how the tree upside down இல்லையா, inverted positionல வரைஞ்சிருக்கேன். So it is when you can see in the pinhole camera the image is inverted. Okay, then so that's all, children. So with this we finish this lesson. In the next class we'll see the book back answers, children. Thank you.